There is a certain power in silence, a force stronger than words, stronger than noise, stronger than the need for recognition. If you truly wish to master your life, begin by mastering the art of restraint. Silence is one of the most underestimated forces in the world. People often mistake silence for weakness, for uncertainty, for a lack of confidence. But those who truly understand its power know that silence is not an absence, it is a presence. It is a controlled energy, a force that allows you to see, listen, and act with precision. It is the difference between those who react to everything around them and those who move with intention. When you learn to master silence, you gain an advantage that few understand. In a world where people are constantly speaking, constantly seeking attention, constantly trying to prove something, the one who remains silent stands apart. Silence allows you to observe, it allows you to absorb knowledge, while others waste their energy trying to be heard. When you are silent, you notice details that others miss. You see the truth behind words, the reality behind appearances. Most people listen to respond, but those who remain silent listen to understand. In moments of conflict, silence is a weapon. It prevents you from being pulled into unnecessary arguments, from wasting energy on proving yourself to those who are not worth the effort. When you remain silent in the face of provocation, you force the other person to reveal themselves, their impatience, their insecurities, their true nature. It all comes to the surface when they are met with silence. Words can be manipulated, but silence is honest. It creates an emptiness that forces others to fill it, often revealing more than they intended. Silence is not just about what you withhold from others, it is about what you give to yourself. When you remove yourself from constant noise, you create space for clarity. Most people fear silence because it forces them to confront their own thoughts. But those who embrace it discover something remarkable. In silence, the mind sharpens. In silence, ideas take shape. In silence, true understanding is born. Great leaders, thinkers, and visionaries throughout history have understood the power of silence. They did not waste words. They spoke only when necessary, and when they did, their words carried weight. Why? Because silence gave their words meaning. When you speak too often, when you reveal too much, your words lose their value. But when you choose them carefully, people listen. They take notice. They remember. There is a discipline in remaining silent. It requires self-betrayal, patience, and a deep understanding of your own worth. Those who feel the need to constantly prove themselves, to explain every action, to seek validation in every conversation, these are the ones who have not yet realized their own power. But those who remain silent, those who work in the background, those who allow their actions to speak for them, these are the ones who make the greatest impact. Silence is also a form of protection. It shields you from unnecessary drama, from the negativity of others, from the distractions that pull you away from your goals. When you are silent, you do not reveal your plans, your weaknesses, or your doubts. You move without interference. You make progress without resistance. People cannot sabotage what they do not know. But make no mistake, silence does not mean passivity. It does not mean doing nothing. It means choosing your moments. It means knowing when to act and when to wait. It means understanding that not every battle is worth fighting. Not every comment is worth responding to. Not every challenge requires a reaction. Those who are loud, who constantly seek to dominate conversations, who always have something to say, they may seem powerful in the moment. But true power belongs to those who do not need to be seen at all times. The ones who observe, who learn, who move in silence until the right moment comes. These are the ones who shape the world. In the end, silence is not emptiness, it is presence. It is strength, it is wisdom. And those who understand it, those who master it, become unstoppable. Mastering any craft requires an unwavering commitment to growth, an unshakable discipline, and the ability to drown out the noise of the world. True excellence is not found in the spotlight, but in the quiet hours of relentless effort, when no one is watching and no one is applauding. The path to mastery is a lonely one, but it is in that solitude that transformation happens. Those who become great at what they do are not necessarily the most talented, but the most dedicated. They are the ones who resist the temptation of instant gratification and instead invest in the long game. Most people never reach their full potential because they are too distracted by external validation. They seek approval before they have built anything worth admiring. They want to be seen as successful before they have actually succeeded. This is a fatal mistake. True mastery does not come from seeking recognition. It comes from complete immersion in the process of learning, refining, and perfecting one's skills. The moment you start doing something for applause rather than improvement, you begin to lose the depth needed to be truly exceptional. The greatest minds in history understood this well. They were not driven by the desire to be noticed, but by an insatiable hunger to improve. They spent countless hours, days, and years refining their craft, often in complete isolation. The artist who perfects every brushstroke before revealing the painting, the writer who spends years rewriting a manuscript before publishing a word, the athlete who trains in silence before stepping onto the field. Their greatness was not built on fleeting moments of praise, but on a lifetime of discipline. In a world filled with distractions, it has never been more difficult to focus. Social media, constant notifications, endless entertainment, everything is designed to pull your attention away from what truly matters. People waste precious time trying to prove their worth to others, instead of working on actually becoming worthy. They want to be recognized before they have put in the effort. They compare themselves to others, instead of competing with their former selves. But the truth is, real growth happens when you turn inward, block out the noise, and dedicate yourself entirely to your craft. To focus on your craft means to develop the ability to sit with discomfort. It means embracing the moments of frustration when progress seems slow. It means pushing forward when inspiration is nowhere to be found. Many give up too early because they expect immediate results, but mastery is not built in weeks or months. It is the result of years of disciplined effort. It requires persistence when motivation fades, determination when things get difficult, and a willingness to fail and learn without seeking sympathy or reassurance. The difference between those who succeed and those who do not is often patience. Those who lack patience seek shortcuts. They want to get noticed quickly, to rise fast, to skip the hard work. But real mastery cannot be rushed. There is a process, a rhythm to learning, a depth that cannot be achieved overnight. The greatest achievements are often the result of years of unseen effort, silent dedication, and an almost obsessive commitment to improvement. Depth is more valuable than breadth. Many people chase too many things at once, never committing fully to any of them. They jump from one skill to another, never developing true expertise. But those who achieve excellence are the ones who go deep, who immerse themselves completely in their work, who are willing to study every detail, to learn every nuance, to refine their craft beyond what is required. They are not concerned with impressing others in the short term. They are focused on long-term mastery. There is an undeniable power in allowing your work to speak for itself. Those who focus on their craft do not need to announce their progress. They do not need to seek validation. When the time comes, their skills will be undeniable. The world will take notice, not because they demanded attention, but because their work made it impossible to ignore them. True mastery is self-evident. Commit to your craft. Dedicate yourself fully, without distraction, without the need for recognition. Become so skilled, so knowledgeable, so exceptional that your work commands respect. Without a single word, let your craft be your legacy, your proof, your voice. In the end, it is not the loudest person who succeeds, but the one who is most prepared when the moment arrives. Mastery is not something you stumble upon. It is not given, nor is it granted by mere wishful thinking. It is earned, day by day, hour by hour, in the quiet moments when no one is watching. To truly excel in anything, you must learn to focus on your craft with an almost obsessive dedication. Distractions will always be there, tempting you, pulling you away from the work that truly matters. But those who rise above the ordinary are the ones who choose discipline over comfort, consistency over excitement, and solitude over empty noise. The greatest individuals in history, whether in art, science, music, business, or any other field, had one thing in common. They devoted themselves entirely to their craft. They did not seek constant approval or wait for someone to tell them they were good enough. They worked in silence, refining their skills, making mistakes, learning from them, and improving without the need for applause. Because the truth is, real progress is made in private, long before it is seen in public. When you focus on your craft, you must develop the ability to sit with yourself, to embrace the discomfort of learning, to push through the moments of doubt when it feels like you are getting nowhere. The journey to mastery is not linear. Some days progress will be obvious, other days it will feel like you are moving backward. But understand this: every moment spent sharpening your skills, no matter how small, is a step toward greatness. Many people fail not because they lack talent, but because they lack patience. They expect immediate results, and when they don't see them, they get discouraged. They start looking for shortcuts, easier paths, quick ways to get noticed. But shortcuts lead to temporary success, not lasting mastery. The ones who truly succeed are those who are willing to put in the time, the effort, and the work, even when no one is watching, even when there is no immediate reward. The world is filled with distractions: social media, endless entertainment, the opinions of others. These things pull you away from your focus, convincing you that you need to be seen, that you need validation before your work is even complete. But the truth is, the more you seek validation, the less you create something truly valuable. Instead of focusing on what others think, focus on improving your craft to a level where your work speaks for itself. It is not enough to simply do what is required. If you want to be exceptional, you must go beyond what is expected. Study the greats, but don't just admire them, learn from them. Understand what made them different, what made them stand out, and apply those lessons to your own journey. Wake up earlier, stay longer, read more, practice harder. Mastery is not about working when you feel inspired. It is about working when you don't, pushing yourself beyond what is comfortable, and continuing even when there is no immediate recognition. People often mistake being busy for being productive. They jump from one thing to another, never truly committing to mastering a single skill. But real success comes from depth, not from scattered efforts. If you want to be great at something, immerse yourself in it completely. Study every aspect of it, break it down to its core elements, and rebuild your understanding from the ground up. Do not just do what is easy, challenge yourself. Growth comes from struggle, from constantly stretching beyond your current abilities. One of the greatest advantages of focusing on your craft is that, over time, your work becomes undeniable. When you dedicate yourself fully to mastery, you no longer need to announce your progress. The results will speak for themselves. You will not need to convince anyone of your worth, because the quality of your work will make it clear. True mastery commands respect without a single word being spoken. So, step away from distractions. Do not seek applause before you have earned it. Focus on your craft with a dedication so intense that the world cannot ignore you when the time comes. Let your work be your voice. Let your skill be your proof. In the end, it is not the loudest person who succeeds, but the one who is most prepared when the moment arrives. There is a profound difference between doing something for yourself and doing it for the approval of others. The former leads to true growth, while the latter traps you in an endless cycle of seeking validation. If you want to master anything, if you want to truly improve, you must learn to detach yourself from the need for applause. Do it because you want to be better. Do it because you know it will make you stronger. Do it because it aligns with your purpose, not because you want to be seen or praised. The moment you start chasing approval, you give away your power. You allow the opinions of others to dictate your actions, to shape your sense of worth. But here is the truth. No matter what you do, no matter how well you perform, there will always be someone who disapproves. There will always be critics, doubters, people who cannot see the vision you carry within you. If your motivation is built on their approval, what happens when they don't give it? What happens when they overlook you? Does your purpose suddenly lose its value? When you do something for yourself, you remain in control. You are not swayed by opinions, and you are not discouraged by silence. Your progress is measured, not by applause, but by your own improvement. Every day you get better, not because someone is watching, but because you refuse to stay the same. This is the mindset that leads to real mastery. the ability to work in the dark, to improve when no one is clapping, to grow even when no one is paying attention. Many people stop halfway because they do not see immediate recognition. They start something with excitement, but the moment they realize no one is watching, they lose motivation. This is the difference between those who succeed and those who remain stuck. The ones who succeed understand that improvement is a personal journey. They do not need an audience. They do not need approval to validate their progress. They know that the real reward is in the process itself, the struggle, the learning, the quiet transformation that happens when no one is looking. If you spend your life seeking approval, you will always be at the mercy of others. Their praise will lift you up, but their criticism will tear you down. You will live on a roller coaster of emotions, constantly adjusting yourself to fit their expectations. And in the process, you will lose yourself. You will forget why you started. You will start making choices based on what pleases others, instead of what strengthens you. But when you do it for yourself, none of that matters. You move forward, regardless of who is watching. You continue, even when the applause is silent. One of the greatest freedoms you can give yourself is to let go of the need to be seen. Let go of the desire for recognition and focus on the work itself. When you do, something incredible happens. You start to improve faster. Without the weight of expectations, you take more risks. You push yourself harder. You become more patient with your own growth. And as a result, your progress accelerates. You start learning for the sake of learning, practicing for the sake of mastery, and growing for the sake of becoming the best version of yourself. People who seek approval often fear failure because they believe it will make them look weak. But those who do it for themselves see failure differently. They see it as a lesson, as part of the process, as something necessary for growth. They are not afraid to start over, to make mistakes, to struggle through the difficult parts, because for them, it is not about being perfect in front of others. It is about becoming better than they were yesterday. When you finally let go of the need for validation, you start living differently. You stop explaining yourself. You stop worrying about what others think. You stop waiting for permission to pursue what matters to you. Instead, you take action. You build, you create, you improve. Not because you want recognition, but because you refuse to remain the same. And over time, something powerful happens. The world begins to take notice, not because you ask for attention, but because your work has made it impossible to ignore you. So do it for yourself. Improve for yourself. Work in silence, grow in private, and let your progress be your only proof. The ones who are truly great never had to beg for approval. They simply became undeniable. And so will you. Patience is a virtue often spoken about but rarely practiced. In a world that glorifies instant success, quick results and overnight fame, the true essence of growth has been forgotten. The reality is that anything of real value takes time. No masterpiece was ever created in a day. No great mind was shaped overnight. No success story unfolded without years of silent effort, unseen struggles and moments of doubt that had to be overcome with sheer perseverance. The reason patience is so rare is that people crave immediate rewards. They want results now. They want recognition today. And when they don't get it, they start questioning themselves, wondering if their efforts are even worth it. But those who truly understand success know that real progress is not always visible. Sometimes it is happening beneath the surface, in ways that cannot be measured in the short term. The seeds of greatness take time to grow, and only those who nurture them with patience will ever see them bloom. Look at nature. A tree does not bear fruit the moment it is planted. It takes years of steady growth, of weathering storms, of standing tall despite the challenges. And when the time comes, it provides shade, nourishment, and strength. The same principle applies to life. If you rush the process, you weaken your foundation. If you chase immediate gratification, you rob yourself of true mastery. Success is not just about achieving a goal. It is about becoming the kind of person who is capable of sustaining it. One of the biggest mistakes people make is comparing their journey to others. They see someone else achieving success and immediately feel as if they are falling behind. But what they fail to realize is that everyone's timeline is different. Some people may achieve early success, but that does not mean their journey is more valuable than yours. In fact, many who rise too quickly often fall just as fast because they lack the depth, the experience, and the resilience that only time can build. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is not intelligence, talent, or luck. It is persistence. The ability to keep going, even when progress is invisible. The willingness to do the work, even when no one is watching. The strength to trust the process, even when results seem distant. Most people give up right before they are about to break through. They get discouraged, thinking their efforts are wasted, when in reality, they are closer than ever to success. Patience is not just about waiting, it is about how you wait. Do you sit idly, hoping for something to happen? Or do you continue putting in the effort, refining your skills, learning, and growing while you wait for your moment? Those who understand patience do not waste time wishing for things to happen. They prepare themselves so that when the opportunity comes, they are ready to seize it. There is something powerful about moving in silence, about working on your craft without constantly seeking validation. When you operate with patience, you free yourself from the pressure of proving anything to anyone. You understand that true success does not need to be announced. It speaks for itself when the time is right. The most impactful individuals in history did not rush their process. They did not chase trends or seek immediate recognition. They built something lasting, something meaningful, because they had the patience to do so. People often underestimate the value of consistency. They believe motivation is enough, but motivation fades. What remains is discipline, the ability to keep going even when enthusiasm runs out. Success is not about sudden bursts of effort. It is about daily habits, small improvements, and a relentless commitment to growth. Those who lack patience jump from one thing to another, never fully committing to any single pursuit. But those who understand the power of patience stay the course, knowing that real progress is only visible in hindsight. There will be moments when you feel like you are not moving forward, when the progress is too slow, when doubt creeps in and whispers that you are wasting your time. But understand this: every great success story was once a story of quiet persistence. The difference between those who make it and those who don't is often just the ability to endure a little longer. The world does not reward the impatient. It rewards those who can weather the storms, who can trust their process, and who can keep working long after others have given up. So, embrace patience. Do not rush your journey. Do not be discouraged by the lack of immediate results. Keep improving, keep refining, and trust that when the time is right, your work will speak for itself. True success is not about how fast you get there. It is about how strong you are when you arrive. There is an undeniable power in letting your actions speak louder than your words. In a world where people are quick to announce their plans, quick to seek recognition before the work is even done, the ones who truly rise are those who understand the power of silence. They do not waste their energy explaining their intentions, defending their ambitions, or proving their worth to those who doubt them. Instead, they put their heads down, they work, and they let their results speak for them. People often feel the need to talk about their dreams, to share their goals with everyone around them, believing that vocalizing their aspirations somehow brings them closer to reality. But the truth is, talking about what you plan to do does not move you forward. Only action does. Words mean nothing if they are not backed by discipline, effort, and results. When you continuously speak of what you will accomplish, without actually putting in the work, you give yourself a false sense of progress. You feel as though you are moving forward, simply because you have expressed your desires out loud. But real progress is made in the unseen hours, in the quiet discipline of doing the work when no one is watching. The most successful individuals do not need to announce their plans. They simply execute them. They do not seek validation before they have accomplished anything. They know that their results will be the proof, and until then, there is no need to convince anyone of anything. This is the mindset that separates those who dream from those who achieve. When you let your actions speak, you gain something invaluable: respect. Respect is not demanded, it is earned. And it is earned through consistency, through perseverance, through demonstrating your worth rather than proclaiming it. People may doubt you, they may underestimate you, they may even ignore you in the beginning. But none of that matters, because once your results start to show, once your skills become undeniable, they will have no choice but to acknowledge what you have built. Silence is a tool. It keeps you focused. It allows you to move without interference. When people know too much about your plans, they feel entitled to give their opinions, to offer their doubts, to impose their limitations onto you. But when you keep your progress private, you protect yourself from unnecessary negativity. You give yourself space to work, to grow, to refine your craft, without distractions. There is also a certain advantage in being underestimated. When people do not see you coming, when they assume you are not capable, they do not prepare for your success. They do not try to stop you because they do not believe they need to. And then, when you finally reveal the results of your effort, it is too late for them to interfere. You have already won. Let your work be your voice. Let your success be your response. Do not argue with those who doubt you. Do not waste your energy trying to explain yourself to those who do not understand your vision. Simply keep moving forward. Stay consistent. Stay focused. There is no greater proof of ability than undeniable results. Those who spend their time talking, seeking recognition before they have done the work, often find themselves stuck. They become reliant on external validation, needing others to believe in them before they even believe in themselves. But those who let their actions speak develop an unshakable confidence, one that is built on experience, on discipline, on knowing that they are capable because they have put in the work. In the end, the world does not remember those who spoke the loudest. It remembers those who achieved the most. It remembers the ones who built something so great, so undeniable, that no words were needed. That is the power of letting your actions speak. That is the mindset of those who truly succeed.